Tip Your Cap, the show where we give our pioneers their flowers. As host Trey-Ann gets up close and personal in conversation with individuals that were instrumental in knocking down doors and revolutionising the landscape of media and entertainment in the UK. Join us each week as they talk about their journey, their story, and their legacy. Tip your cap.
Hello and welcome to Tip Your Cap. I'm Trey-Ann Rowe. Today's guest is a 20-year veteran of the TV industry, yet it's very rare you'll see him in front of the camera. But all that changes today though as we welcome to the set Mr. Shaka Henry. Welcome, Shaka Henry.
You,
I'm surprised.
I am as well.
Surprise!
I am. I was
Get
plugged
you in
into
front of
it.
me.
Yeah, I know. I hate
Got
being
you
on
in
camera.
front of me. It's amazing.
Thank you.
So,
thank you.
Yeah, I feel honoured. So to start with, where did it all start for you, Shaka?
Crazy. So yeah, like you said, I've been in it from very, very little early. My dad was actually in the media industry. He used to work with Mark Morrison.
Oh, wow.
Used to work with Bob Marley. He used to be part of a sound system. Coxon.
Okay.
He was in Coxon. He was very known in the Brixton area. So I grew up seeing like Smiley Culture, had his studio opposite my flats where I grew up.
Yes.
I'd see him, I'd see like Oliver Samuels, the comedian at the local bookies. So I kind of grew up in the industry to a degree. So yeah, that's how I kind of got my start.
So they were just like uncles to you?
Yeah, like, I mean, Dennis Rose, a big inspiration to me. He was round the corner as well.
Yes.
Just Shaka, who's got the big sound system. He was like 15 minutes up the road. My mum went to school with all of these people. So we had Aswad that knew my uncle. So I literally was immersed and grew up in this.
Right.
I was like, this is kind of what I want to do.
The foundation, yeah. So talking about that, what age would you say, or when did you realise you wanted to get into the industry?
I think everyone had the Michael Jackson bad. Yeah, so it was the Michael Jackson singing badly in my house, just off key, trying to do the moonwalk and everything like that. And then Bobby Brown, we all wanted to be Bobby Brown. But when MC Hammer came, me and all my friends decided we was going to be rappers. And we was going to be the big. So around 11 is when I was like, this is what I really want to do.
Right.
And then I went on to start off. And when I was about 13, 14, my dad forced me to join some kind of pop group.
Oh, wow.
Now, so a lot of people don't know that, but yeah, I was in a pop group when I was really young.
What was the name of the group? Do you remember?
I can't remember. We had one single that we flopped. It was awful. I couldn't sing. The funniest thing is I was literally put in the group just because I had hazel eyes.
Oh,
they cut every single line out. So all I had was one line in the song was, he means the world to me. That was the one line I had, and they edited that out. And
wow.
So yeah, I did that for a while, and then I was like, I absolutely hate this. My friends was teasing me. I was like, I don't like this. Went back into rap, and then me and my friend Sire Man, we kind of started up the first UK hip-hop group from Lewisham.
Oh, okay, and what was that?
That was called RDS. So the whole Rep Dat journey actually starts from RDS, which was kind of like Real Deal Squad. Then they went on to Rep Dat Sound.
Right.
Which, as everyone knows, became Rep Dat. So Rep Dat's actually been going for, I want to give my age, but a good 30 years.
Yeah. So it started
been,
and then it's just kind of blossomed into
it turned into something now. When I went to City of Westminster College, once I left school, I got into a media college, so I started doing my music. Then Puff Daddy became the biggest thing, and I was like, I don't really want to rap. I want to be Puff Daddy. It was like, I want to do this. I mean, when we did do the rap, we had a couple hits on Choice FM. We was in a couple magazines. We did a couple appearances. We flirted with a couple record labels. We signed an independent label.
Oh my gosh,
but
I didn't realise.
No one did. And I was like, when I said that, I said, I have to kind of tell the story. So I was in it with like Black Twang, Phoebe One, 57th Dynasty, London Posse. It was kind of that UK hip hop era, which never took off because we didn't have YouTube or funding.
Yes, absolutely. But you had the foundation.
Yeah, so we knew everyone, and we'd all go to the West Westwoods, at Club UN. We'd all go to like the laser drones for the big roast. So basically, when I was in college, I started doing like setting up talent shows.
Yes.
So I would do all of the talent shows for the college, get everyone together, do that. Then I had a radio show with like Phoebe One, interviewing Africa Bambaataa, and kind of just meeting people. So from about 19, it was like, oh, that's what he does.
Right.
And then fortunately, I breathed for a second. I know I'm rushing it, but I basically went to something called the Urban Music Seminar. And I was like, how do I get into the industry? So I met someone called Jasmine Dotiwala, who was from MTV Base, made a contact with her, started speaking. And then one of my cousins, Dean Stewart, who ran a company called Homegrown, just recognised me because I've got very distinctive features.
Yes, of course.
So he's come over, he's like, oh, your mum's Asher, don't blah, blah, blah. Then he's given me a job. So I was actually paid to be in this industry from when I was 20 years old. I was working in music distribution. I was at A&R, worked for a record label. We were pressing up CDs as well and selling them as white labels. So I was kind of doing the whole media thing for about 2-3 years, getting to know everyone. And then I had my children. And I kind of slowed down and went to go and work in furniture removal.
Right, so Shaka, how did you start Rep That then?
So Rep That happened, so
I mean, I know we're obviously the foundation, but you know.
Yeah, how it happened was basically I'd moved, so basically I'm from Lewisham, grew up in Lewisham all my life. Then I moved to like Deptford, then I moved to Brixton, then I moved to Peckham, and I spent some time living in Brooklyn, then I spent some time living in Queens.
Oh wow.
And yeah, I've done a lot. So when I came back, I'd got married, I'd moved to Kent, I'd moved completely away from everything, and unfortunately that relationship didn't work. I'd got divorced, I'd gone from being quite successful, making a lot of money, to living at my mum's spare room again and having to start again. So when I came back, I met with some of my friends and it was like, you always wanted to do this, why don't we set up our own company? Why don't we set up our own brand? MySpace was quite big at the time, so we was like, let's set up a MySpace page. Basically, one of my friends, Leroy Rose, Aaron Victor, Timeless, that was in Soul Solid, Siddiqui, Jarena Dream. We all used to meet up every day at my mum's house and just think, how do we start our own company? And we just pushed it through, and after about 11, 12 years, started to get where we got to.
So I remember, as we met. 2012, I believe it was.
It must have been Reading Partnership.
Reading Partnership. And I remember, you Rep That. You had a TV show. Yeah,
on Claire TV, the Rep That show.
Absolutely. And I used to leave work and say, I'm going to watch your TV show. And I used to leave you at work.
I know, you was our biggest supporter.
I used to go and turn it on every week and watch the show. And I must say, you amazed me. I thought, look at this young black man doing, what he wants to do. Yes, he is obviously working bread and butter, but you're still working on your dream. So since those days, and of course, we've kept in contact. And then the balcony happened. So tell me about the balcony.
Well, that is my heartbeat. The balcony is one of my things. I mean, we've done One Mic. That was our first TV show. That was in Kapinska's with Jongleurs. We had like Tipper Iris, the judge. That was like our first big one. Then we did the Rep That show. Then we did a couple films like Hood Luck and Dirty Money with like Andy Frith. And then when it came to the balcony, basically my other half, Charlene, she, I'd always wanted to get back to America. So when my other relationship had broke, I hadn't been back to America for like 12 years. So it's like, I'll be honest, part of my heart is always in America because I've spent so much time there. So she just said, basically, why don't we go to America for your birthday? So she took me to LA and to New York for my birthday.
I remember when you went, actually.
And it just changed my world. I mean, we drove around the Hollywood Hills, we had Lamborghinis, we saw like Tyler Perry's house, saw Oprah Winfrey's house.
How inspirational was that? I could imagine.
This is what I mean. I'm a kid from like a council flat in South London, which was like their most heavily gang-infested area. So when I'm seeing stuff like this, it was like, okay, I need to go and get this. This is all I want to do with my life. Everything comes secondary. So we literally was like, we just need to create a show. Backchat was big at the moment, and I was like, oh, I like that, but that's not what we do in South. On South London, we sit on a balcony and we chat rubbish.
That's it.
It's what we do. We've just got lots of flats. Everyone knows everyone. We all go to the balcony and talk. So I was sitting with LV General, who I've known all my life since he was in his mum's belly. Wow. And we were just like, I think we started Younger Olders. Do you remember
that's
that?
right. Yeah, I do. That we met up, didn't we, in the hall?
Yeah.
And we filmed that.
So we filmed the Younger Olders. We looked at it and was like, this isn't it yet. And then we were sitting and it was like, let's just go to a balcony, film it, and just say the most crass stuff we can say. And
get conversation.
Yeah, get conversation out of people. And fortunately for us, it completely went viral.
Yes,
it blew up. We got a lot of attention from TV stations. We got strung along by one of them that I'm not going to say now. Remember, for 8 months.
Very close, yep.
We all thought, yep, this is it. And then at the last minute, they went with another show. And then, we just kept building the balcony back up, did it all independent. And then when we met with Yanga, we did a co-production, and that became one of the top-rated shows on the channel.
Brilliant, excellent. So what other shows have you? I know you've obviously since come in a commercial director. So what was that journey, becoming a commercial director?
That was funny. Basically, I'd worked at OHTV, Clear TV. I was working with Amazon and I was working at the BBC. And I was so reluctant to ever come back to any TV station that wasn't mine.
Yeah.
So funny enough, I was working at OMG Education, helping young people to kind of get jobs and get a career in the media. And then we got nominated, well, we as REP DAT and you as well.
Yes.
We got nominated for a Screen Nation Award. But we got nominated on the same, and told about it the same day the award was happening. So I was like, well, that doesn't seem fair. We've got an audience. So I looked into the channel and then I saw one of my friends, Mansour, was working here. We had a conversation in about a couple weeks, couple months, started meeting the team, started to see the direction it was going. And then it just naturally came together. And I ended up here. Yeah,
brilliant. So you have shows on at the moment, don't you, on Yanga TV? So what shows do you have?
Oh, well, at the moment, we've got the Sound System Culture, Bushkin Show, we've got the MC Fizzy Show, we've got Tip Your Cap.
Tip Your Cap!
Which we had to do because we had to just stop and say, let's give props to the people that don't get the props but definitely deserve them. We've got about 3 other shows. We've got shows that we've acquired. So just check the website, check the Instagram. Everything's there. It's all good to go.
Excellent, excellent. And just a reminder to the audience that this is a special. Special. Do you remember like the sound system? A special.
Yeah, it's a little special.
This is a special.
Impromptu.
Amazing. And what I want to say as well, I'd like to obviously tip my cap to you because you saw the drive in me since I think the day that I met you. You keep telling me what was I constantly saying to you?
You're just like, I want to be a presenter. I want to do a TV. If you get an opportunity, let me know. Don't forget. And one thing about me, loyalty is royalty. You was always there. You always support. I'd be putting stuff up. I'm not on Facebook, but I'd be putting stuff up. And I can rely on at least one like from Tracy. And what people don't understand is them little things motivate you when nobody knows that you're at the point where you just don't want to do it. Having one person just believe in you when you stop believing in yourself, it just pushes you forward. So I tip my cap to you, Tracy.
Oh, bless you.
You inspire me as well.
Thank you. So what is it like what's your vision as a commercial director on Yanga at the moment?
Basically, what we're doing a lot of work behind the scenes with other platforms, with major platforms. And my vision is to create some type of black entertainment platform. I want it so that if you're from Nigeria or Ghana, you can watch this channel and you can see something that relates to you. If you're from the Caribbean, you can watch something. If you're from South America, you can watch something. If you're from the UK, you can watch something. I think that all of the talent in the Black British industry is amazing, and I want everyone to have a platform that is tangible. And for us to have my dream has always been to have a black TV station. I've had that dream. We've got it. We're not letting it go.
That's right.
And this is Yanga.
Excellent. So What's the difficulties or the challenges that you face within this industry?
Everyone wants money that doesn't exist. Yeah, that's the truth. Everybody wants money that doesn't exist. One of my biggest gripe is someone will come to us and say, I want to help your channel, but you have to pay me this. But then they will go to somewhere like a BBC or Channel 4 and say, whatever you can give me, I'm happy to take.
Okay, yes.
So we don't, as a black community, really support black things as much as we need to.
Yeah.
We don't.
So not recognising, you know,
the opportunity.
The opportunities.
There's only 3 black TV entertainment channels in the whole of UK and Europe. We're one of them and we're the number 1. So my thing is, even when I came on board, it wasn't about money. What can we do for the culture?
Yes.
How can I go out and get people that I know, let them know that we got a TV station, we create the best content from the UK and above, have it in one place, get it on various digital platforms. So when the UK and the world are looking over here, they're saying, okay, that's Yanga, that's what black people, like when I used to go to America, they used to tell me, I didn't know there was black people here.
Oh, wow.
I used to get that when I was I was there from 11, then I went at 17, then I went at 19, and they were all like, oh, English, they called me English. They did not know there was black people.
Wow, because the representation isn't there.
They don't see it. We haven't pushed ourselves enough to have our own platforms, our own TV stations, our own medias. We can't consistently be dependent on people and then say, hey, why are you not creating enough black TV shows? There's black TV stations out there, go to them.
Yes.
Make them better. Don't wait for somebody to give you crumbs when you can create a whole meal.
Wow. So what advice would you give to up and coming, you know, people who want to get into the media?
I would say that the media is a 1% industry. 99% of the people that want to get into it won't make it.
Yeah.
If they do make it, it probably will break them. And if it doesn't break them, and if they do make it, then they're gonna have to really want it. Because I say to people all the time, if you want money and sanity and guaranteed stuff, go and get a 9-to-5 job.
Yeah.
If you know that this is a very hard industry, there's going to be ups, there's going to be downs, there's going to be losses. I literally remember being in my garden with a 1.5 million deal just about to go through and then reading the Sun newspaper about the thing that I'm not going to go into and losing 1.5 million in less than a couple of hours.
Close,
So you have to be tough and you have to want, it's never about the money with the media. If you're doing it for the money, go and get another job.
Right, okay.
It's all about, you'll get a lot of money in this, but you can't do it for the money. Do it for the legacy.
Right, okay. And talking about legacy, one word. If you could choose one word that would be your legacy, what would it be?
Forward.
Forward.
As a Rasta, that's something we believe in, surely. Forward, ever, backwards, never. My granddad always used to tell me, never give up,
that's
go
chills down me, that did.
It's true.
Oh, wow.
Forward, ever, backwards,
Forward.
never.
Love
Always
that.
forward.
Wow, on that note, Shaka Henry, I have pleasure in tipping my hat to you.
Perfect.
Bless.
Thank you very much.
You are welcome. And that's all we have got time for on this special edition of Tip Your Cap. A huge thanks to my guest today, Shaka Henry, and to all of you at home for watching myself, Trey and Rowe on Tip Your Cap. Look forward to seeing you again right here on Tip Your Cap. Goodbye.